is it Eslava? Elsalva?
Eslava.
Eslava. That's like Eslava. One of these days I'll learn how to pronounce your last name. You're in Grand Junction, Colorado right now. You work with children and families and after-school programs and wraparound programs. What exactly do you do there in Grand Junction?
So we are Riverside Educational Center. We're an after-school tutoring and enrichment program, but we, as you mentioned, also do wraparound services for our families. So we try to fill in the gaps that maybe help make it more difficult for students to have success. So normally we help out with connecting families with resources, whether that be health resources, dental, food, any of that. And so right now, during this COVID crisis, we're having to do a lot more of that work, particularly in the food area.
I noticed that there were some people that were striking against this COVID lockdown in Denver, Colorado today. Is there anybody striking in Grand Junction, or what do you think about that sort of thing happening?
Yeah, we had some going on yesterday, actually, here in one of the main roads that we have. A lot of people were, I guess, driving through, and they were at a parking lot and kind of protesting the lockdown. I mean, for me personally, I think it puts a lot at risk. I think the restrictions that we have in place currently are there for a reason, to help each other right now, and the fact that we've managed to slow down the spread as much as we have has been thanks to those restrictions. So I think, if we lift them now, we don't want to have a second wave come up because of this. And so that's kind of been my fear with when I heard about the protests going on, is that we will have that second wave. And after all the work that we put in this past month, but it was just disappointing, I think, to see that going on, just because it's a real thing. It's I have heard of people and do know of people that have come down with this virus, and I think right now the thing should be that we all come together as a community to help one another out, and I think when we things like these protests are not taking into account that community factor of we're staying in not just for ourselves but for everyone else in the community.
You are absolutely right. I am a huge conspiracy theorist. I know that 9/11 wasn't what exactly we thought it was, and all of these other things. But when I speak to people like Sarah Parker, who's a nurse on the front lines, or you working with all of these children that know people who have actually become ill from this virus, and possibly many have died, I think, what are we going to do to wake people up that this really isn't a scam? This is really, are there any children, would you say, in Grand Junction that are going without food right now, or without a meal to eat? What's happening in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, that's always been an issue for sure. But again, this crisis kind of has exacerbated that problem a lot more. So one of the things we were hearing from our families early on was that food was a big need. And so we kind of shifted our priority to, as far as helping with resources, to help with food. And so we partnered with a local community food bank. We've been applying for different grants to try to get funding to provide those. Just because, there's organizations in the community that are better equipped to put things together. But if we partner with them and get the funding together, we can provide resources for these families. So that's one of the things that we've been working on is we were able to get some funding through a local organization where people have been donating and for this COVID crisis. And then from there, that money we've been able to steer towards Community Food Bank, which is one of the organizations here in town, and they've been putting together boxes. So they've been purchasing supplies to put those boxes together, and then our staff and some of their volunteers are helping distribute to our families. So we've got 150 boxes we're going to be distributing weekly for those families that have needs.
that makes a huge difference. If there was anybody on the Live Music Hope channel that wanted to donate either money or resources, like in Sarah Parker's case, we were going to have them give away some personal protection equipment, would that be okay if they contacted you, if I forwarded their information to you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we're definitely we're taking it. Like I mentioned, the other foundations here that we're working with in town are also taking donations. So I think we're all working together and making sure we can distribute resources so we can help those who need it the most right now.
I won't make this a very long time because I know this is your day off.
No, you're fine.
Doing this on your day off. And I wanted to preface this at the beginning because I think I'll run this right after I run Sarah Parker's thing about the front lines. And so I thank you for taking the time today to talk to us about this and for letting us know that this is really a crisis right now. It's not something that's been invented just to lock us away. It's important for us for our own survival, for the survival of humanity. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you for doing this, Leslie, and thank you, Sarah, and thank you all of the people who are working towards this. Would you like to add anything at the end?
No, just I guess the bright side of it, the silver lining is I have seen good come out of it with people coming together. Stuff like this show that you're doing, I think help bring hope and connect people, and I think that's what's been amazing to see even through these hard times is just the impact and everyone trying to do their own part to help. That's, I think, the important.
We have hope. We have possibility of winning.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you.
You have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.